She said, "You're the distraction I can't study away." That was the moment everything changed. My name is Hannah, I'm 22, and I've always been the kind of student who keeps her head down, quiet, focused, predictable, grades over gossip, books over boys. But that semester, everything fell apart because of Clara. Clara was everything I wasn't. Confident, loud, always surrounded by people. She studied art, I studied law. We shared one elective class, philosophy of emotion. Ironic, right? She'd sit 2 rows behind me, tapping her pencil, humming softly while the professor talked about love as an abstract concept. One day after class, she stopped me in the hallway. "You take notes like your life depends on it," she said, smiling. "Maybe it does." She laughed. "Then you need a break. Coffee?" I said no at first, then yes. At the cafe, conversation flowed like we'd known each other forever. She teased. I deflected. She called me intense. I called her reckless. Somewhere between her laughter and the smell of espresso, I realized I was in trouble. A week later, we ended up in the study room together. Late at night, library half empty, rain tapping softly against the windows. She sprawled across the table, sketching in her notebook while I highlighted case law. "You're too serious," she said. "I like rules." She looked up, her voice low. "Rules are only fun when you break them." I laughed, nervous, shaky, but my heart was racing. She leaned closer, eyes flickering with something dangerous. "Hannah," she whispered, "you blush too easily." And then she reached out, brushing my hair from my face. Slow, deliberate, electric. Her fingers lingered a second too long. The silence was unbearable. I looked at her. She smiled. That smile was my undoing. The study room became our place. No one else knew. Every evening we'd find each other there, sometimes to talk, sometimes to pretend to study, sometimes just to exist in the same quiet space. But everything between us was a secret wrapped in laughter and tension. When she leaned too close, I'd forget what I was reading. When she whispered my name, I'd forget how to breathe. One night she said, "Do you ever wonder what would happen if we stopped pretending?" I looked up, my pen frozen in midair. "What do you mean?" She closed her notebook. "I mean this." Before I could answer, she was next to me, close enough that the world disappeared. Her lips hovered inches from mine, eyes searching for permission. I gave it without a word. The kiss was slow, trembling, like a secret finally escaping. Her hand on my cheek, my heartbeat in my throat, the room spinning around us. It wasn't reckless. It was right and terrifying. When it ended, we just sat there, breathing, smiling, not daring to speak. Outside, the rain had stopped. The air felt clean, new. The next day, she passed me a folded note during class. Inside, one line, "You're still my favorite distraction."